Shai, Bahashim Kakudash, the bonus to the Apostle GMS of Great Millstone. Salutations, Shalom, blessed to the elect. Alright, I'm gonna come up with your video. Alright, and this one's gonna be entitled The Sword versus the Axe. Okay? And the sword and the axe have been going to war since the beginning. Okay? And you might be trying to figure out, well, what do I mean by that? Well, if you do know, then you already know. And if you don't know, well, I'll tell you right now. Okay, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 25, all right, verse 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Okay, and that's spiritually talking about the axe and the sword. All right, this spiritually is talking about Jacob and Esau. All right, Esau being the sword, representing the sword, and Jacob representing the axe. All right, and how can I prove that Esau is the sword and Jacob is the axe? Well, I'll start with Esau. All right, give me 1 second. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 16, verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. And how do we know? And how do we know who's the wicked? Well, the Lord said the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. All right. What that means is, all right, all the Renaissance paintings, all right, going back into the Dark Ages, all right, when Esau came into power, all right, he took them dark images and made them so-called white images, all right. And who's so-called white on the earth? So-called white man. All right, so that's how we know who the wicked is. All right, and who's the sword. All right, you got the, all right, you got the wicked weapon and you got the righteous weapon. All right, and we've been going to war since Jacob and Esau, since the womb. All right, well, even if you really want to get more technical, we've been going to war since Cain and Abel. All right, even though they weren't fighting, but Cain was spiritually Esau and Abel was spiritually Jacob, right? And when they came back, that's when they came back as Esau and Jacob, all right? But this is all right, and to prove that Jacob is the axe, all right? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter, a second, I thought I had it here. Oh no, Salaki. No, not the book of Isaiah, Salaki. This is the book of Jeremiah. Let me see. Yeah, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, all right, 51, verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. All right, and with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. All right, and that's that's spiritually talking about Esau, because Esau is that rider which is on that horse, and the horse represents power. All right, and right now the so-called white man got power. All right, because the Lord said he gave the earth unto the wicked, and that's who's controlling the earth right now. Which means what? The Most High, he has power right now. The Most High gave him power to rule. All right, he's ruling everything. He's ruling the whole world. All right. That's why the earth is engulfed in wickedness, man. That's why it's so wicked. Or you got homosexuals everywhere. Or you got feminism. You got GMO foods. You got all these man-made diseases that the so-called white man created. All right. You got religion. All right, which is so-called white man created. All right, which is nothing but Satan worshiping. All right, because that's all idolatry. All right, that's not worshiping the true living power of the Most High of the Bible. All right. It says, with thee will I also break in pieces men and women, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flocks, and with thee will I break into pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers. All right. And that's talk about Esau and the other nations, man. All right. So as you can see, we're a very powerful weapon, man. All right. We're a powerful weapon, man. The axe, all right, is a powerful weapon. All right. We're the power. We're the right hand weapon of the Most High, and Esau's the left hand weapon of the Most High. All right. But right now, all right, the Most High, all right, he got upset with us, man. Okay. Why? Slakia. All right. He got upset with us. So what did the Most High do? All right. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse. Give me a second. The book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved to Most High to wrath, ye were delivered unto the enemies. All right. And what was the purpose? And why did that happen? Because the children of Israel kept worshiping idols, man. We kept worshiping and going after other gods. All right. And that's why the Most High got mad and he put the so-called white man over us. All right. Which is what? That's confusion, man. All right. Because if you look at it, as you can see in the picture, all right, which two of the weapons would be considered the most powerfulest weapon? All right. Well, you just saw me read from the book of Jeremiah. All right, where the Lord said he's going to dash the nations into pieces, man. And kill women and men, all right? And when you go back to the book of Genesis, the Lord said the one nation shall be stronger than the other, all right? Now, is not an axe more powerful than a sword? Of course it is, man. An axe, if you were to go to war with somebody that was holding a sword and you were holding an axe, you will automatically win that fight, man. Because you'll take that sword and cut it in two, all right? There's no way a sword can break an axe in half, man. All right, but an axe can break a sword in half. An axe can break anything in half, man. You chop your head off with an axe, man. All right, that's how powerful the nation of Israel is. Man. That axe is, man. But what happened? As I read from the book of Baruch, the Most High got pissed off at Israel, so he put Esau and the other nations over us. All right, and that's nothing but confusion, man. All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as a potter's clay. All right, so that's nothing but confusion, man. All right, that a sword right now, the sword is whipping the axe's ass. All right, in reality, an axe will dismantle the sword, man. All right, but since we provoked the Most High to wrath, the sword right now is kicking the axe's ass. All right, which spiritually the sword is Esau, the so-called white man, and axe is Jacob, the children of Israel, which is the children of Israel consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, we make up the nation of Israel. All right, but when Yahweh Shai come back, the Most High is gonna flip everything back the right way, where the sword, whereas the axe will do what it was meant to, man. All right, and take these nations down, man. All right, and break that sword in two. All right, which that sword represents Esau, man. Okay, Jacob and Esau, man. All right, and that story is about to come to a close. All right, and Jacob is gonna win at the end. All right, but with that, I hope this video was somewhat edifying. But with that, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh by Hashem Yashai, by Hashem Kakudash. Shalom.